Hello everybody, Lorien here, the Wellington Witch. This is your June forecast for all 12 signs. I'm going to be going from Aries all the way down to Pisces, so all the timestamps will be down below for you. Please make sure to check out your sun, moon and rising sign to get a comprehensive view of how things are going to go for you in the month of June. Now I'm going to be using Odin's tarot deck. This is the deck I've dedicated to Odin. Sorry, things are going to fall over there. So this is the Truth Seekers Tarot. I use this a lot with Odin when I'm communicating with him, because if you can't tell by the name, I am a witch and that is part of my practice. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I hope that this guidance really does resonate with all of you. So without further ado, let's get through to Aries. Okay, Aries, let's see what's going on with you. What's going on with Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Woo. I feel like that's for you because it was a literal jump. And I have been shuffling these cards prior. So you've got 5. You're being greedy today. Alright, so what do we have? We have the Three of Wands. We have the Lovers. We have the Hierophant, the Emperor and the Tower. So you have 4 major arcanas. And then this little Three of Wands right here. So let's just see what's going on. I may have to move these crystals because they might get in the way a little bit. Yeah, you're already in the way, my big dude. There we go. That's a little bit better for me. Oh, trying to get everything in the... not to burn myself as well. That would be very handy. Okay. Okie dokie. That's better. I just had to move things out of the way. My painting jar and everything. Okay. When I'm looking at these cards, what the immediate things to come to mind is that there is an organized drive to your energy and passion. Aries are often mistaken as being, or just put down to be, oh, you're so impulsive. Oh, you just do this. Oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. There's a consideration, there's a careful consideration within Aries where you direct your drive a lot of the time. So for instance, if your career means a lot to you, you will put a lot of your drive towards your career. It is focused towards that goal. The way you get there could be chaotic, yes, but ultimately the focus is on you getting to a destination that you want to get to. And I see the same thing here. The only thing is for June, again, the Three of Wands is about that direction and putting that into preparation. But I do see that there could be some distractions for you this month. The way this goes is that the Lovers, she's got an actual arrow tattoo. So it could be that you're involved with somebody with heavy Sagittarius in their chart. But I do see distractions. Somebody wants to have your attention. Somebody wants to distract you from where you want to go. The Hierophant is all about enlightenment and wanting to get to a certain place. And I do feel that when you get to that certain place, you are going to have a realization here. This is the Tower moment for you. It's not going to be simple and it's not going to be overly complicated, but I do feel like you can go, oh, hang on a minute, there's something that I didn't think was coming through here, but now, wow, I'm shocked by it. And it could be a revelation that you have when you're on your spiritual journey or when you're directing your energy to a certain point. Because I do see somebody or something distracting you from that drive, distracting you from that. And that's where you get the perspective of, holy smokes, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So there's something that's a little bit disheveled there. But I do feel the Emperor is either yourself, if you have Earth somewhere in your chart, or the Emperor is having that structure, that authority, that regulation. So you will probably have to focus a little bit more and put things a little bit more together in regards to your direction in June. Because as far as I can see from here, you do have a lot of energy, you do have a lot of focus, and it's good. But your belief system and where you fit in the group may change. You may realize, I've been trying to get to this customer service role, or I've been trying to get to this position in the art world, but really what I really want is not to do this. What I really want to do is avoid you know, for instance, the customer service role, I really want to avoid having to talk to customers all day. I've done this too many times. I don't really want to do that. What I want to do is actually focus on this. I want to focus on this change and maybe doing more internal stuff where I don't have to answer the phone all the time. You know, it's having this revelation of, oh, this is something this is not what I thought at all. This is not what I wanted at all. And you're in a perfect place because we start off with Mercury going direct. So this is where you might get the revelation of, oh crap, May taught me this. So May could have been a big distraction. Somebody with Sagittarius could have also been a big distraction. But the majority of what I'm seeing here for you, Aries, is a structure and a change of mind. And with threes, all about communication, I also feel like you're going to be communicating with yourself an awful lot. And this, the lovers here does often speak of getting something back that you thought you lost, your personal beliefs, your values, maybe a hobby that you used to do, maybe something that really ignited a passion within you years ago, that's coming back in. So again, it could be a distraction of a hobby or something that makes you go, damn, why didn't I do that again? Why have I forgotten that I used to love this? So that's kind of what's coming in for you, Aries, in June. And it is kind of interesting to see. Do let me know below if this resonates with you. And I am on TikTok, but I'm mostly here as well now. The Wellington Witch, Wellington Witch, not the, on TikTok. But yeah, I really hope you have a wonderful rest of the day ahead. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated. Subscribe if you like the content that you see here. And I will speak to you guys soon. Hello, Taurus. This is for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising. Do check out those for you if you would like to. My camera's going a bit crazy at the moment. Alright, Taurus, what's coming through for Taurus in June? I hope you had a good birthday month if your birthday was in May or even late April. Taurus, I feel like that's right. Okay, and I'm just going to organise my camera. There we go. Let's see. We have, Three of Swords. That's never a nice thing to see, first of all. We have the Five of Swords. What's going on? And then we have the Knight of Swords. A lot of Swords energy. Ace of Swords. And the King of Swords. Oh my god, I have never seen, in all my years of doing readings, I have never had a reading that's just made up of one suit. So you're the first, Taurus. You are the first. And I know the danger with it all being swords is for some people to go, oh no, my life is ruined. Please don't think that way, please. I don't think that way at all. So please, if you can, just don't buy into that sort of thing, if possible. Just because there's a learning here and there's an opportunity here as well. So I really would hope that you don't get too concerned that this is all swords. This is mental energy. This is having that reason, having that authority of mind. And you know, Taurians, I know many and I love you all. I really do, because you're my sister sign. You know, I'm a Scorpio, so you're at the opposite end. So we're very similar, but we deal with things in a different fashion, if that makes sense. So we get each other, but we go about things a different way. And I think here you are less emotive this month than you are focused with your, like, if I could say anything, I'd say you're like Cyclops with laser vision, just going straight through the bullcrap and going into some kind of mental mind palace where you can figure everything out. Mercury retrograde, I think, really helps you. You may not realise that until mid-June. I'm getting maybe 6th of June for some reason is coming through as well. But yeah, 3rd of June is where Mercury stations direct. Again, we will have a few weeks of shadow phase, but I do feel this is all, wow. There's been a breaking down of something, a relationship, a job, a belief system, something that you really feel you could have done with a different way. This could also be a little bit of grief. Maybe there's some mourning for the person that you used to be. Maybe there's something that's completely changed in your life that you're like, I don't like it. I don't really want to do it. And obviously the eclipse has been in Taurus and it will be again later on in this year. So there's some effects maybe that's been after that that's kind of made you feel like you're stitching yourself back together. Like you are literally sewing up previous grievances, previous issues, emotional hurts, recovery. I'm getting a lot of recovery here because the Five of Swords as well. It's like you see other people moving forwards where you're kind of stuck in the same place. There's a tension here. There's a look, I'm this person so far in front of me, and I've just got all this mental strain, but this is thought or memory. So what you have to do is just use that mind of yours and use the thoughts you have and the memories you have to kind of stitch yourself back together and recover. It may take you a little bit to catch up. Knight of Swords, you know, is running after this bike that seems to have, I don't know, gone off the rails a little bit. But this is with you. There's a company with you. I think the spirit guides are with you. That's definitely coming through with this imagery for me. But you're catching up. You're catching up to things. You're catching back up with life. You're catching back up with what it is you need to be, where it is on the path that you need to be. You haven't missed out on anything. You've just sort of taken a little bit of a detour, and that seems to be something that's coming up here. And then we have the Ace of Swords. I like the Ace of Swords. This is about victory and clarity. Sometimes it can be about somebody just kind of having a lot of regret, but I don't see that here. This is more you having this burst of inspiration, this burst of clarity, this feeling of, you know, in the movies where they have the light bulb over their head or this huge beam that comes down and beams them up. That sort of thing. It's like, oh, you understand more about what it is you need and kind of figuring things out, because the King of Swords, he is the master of knowledge. He is the master of his own clear thinking, intellectual path. And for me, when I'm looking at this, is you are the authority on something that maybe you didn't think you'd ever be an authority on. Maybe you thought there would be not as much understanding in some ways, I don't know. But you have the owl here, which is very wise. You have the dragonfly, which is all about new beginnings and transformation. You have the bat as well, which is about the subconscious and things that other people fear, and that you're overcoming your fears, because bats are lovely. I love bats. I have bats that fly around my garden in summer, and they're so cute. They are so cute. I don't know why people are scared of bats. I mean, I know there's a whole thing about the rabies maybe, but it is just kind of like your subconscious mind, your soul clarity. You've got a lot of wisdom here. In fact, you've got two that are nocturnal here. So I think the lower lights may access your subconscious a lot better. The lower feelings of that would probably be much better for you. To kind of get to the heart of the matter and get into that sort of space. But Taurus, I do feel you're going to have a lot of thinking to do in June. I feel like there's going to be a lot of progression, yes, but also this feeling of trying to be clear thinking, trying to be intellectual about your decisions while you stitch yourself up, because I don't see you giving into emotions here. I see you regaining a lot of your clear thought. So I hope this helps you. Do let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you, Taurus. I am on TikTok as well, Wellington Witch. And also, if you would like to see more content from me, be sure to subscribe, because it's not guaranteed that my feed will actually pop up on your page as recommended. So if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to get more content from me. But in the meantime, my beloveds, I will speak to you soon, and I'm going to move on to Gemini. Hi Gemini, this is for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising. Do check out the other signs that make up your big three, just to see what else may be coming through for you. And I have said to the others as well, make sure you subscribe if you like what you see here, because sometimes if you watch a video, you'll get the other videos from that person, but it's not always guaranteed. So if you do want to subscribe, I would appreciate it, and it'll get me out to more people, including your fine selves. Let's have a look. Okay, you seem to want to come through, and you. I'm a Gemini moon, so this is going to be interesting to see. Right, okay, let's have a look. So we have, first of all, oh, Four of Wands, very nice. Oh, Strength card, also nice. We have the Two of Wands, which is lovely. The Page of Wands, which is also lovely, and the Ten of Wands. Brilliant, okay. Let's have a look. Don't take on too much. That's automatically what they just said to me. Don't take on too much. There's something about your mind that may be going and going and going and going and going and going and going, and that's normal. You know, that's kind of normal for a Gemini. I'm not going to lie. Your mind's in several different places. Your mind could be focusing on one thing and then suddenly switch to another. You're very adaptable like that. I do see here as well, there is a cause for celebration. There is going to be a meaningful interaction between you and somebody that I think is a cause for yay, you know. But I do get here the Two of Wands. Maybe you're going back and drawing up some plans. There's something here that seems to be that you are wanting a different adventure, or there's something that you want to change. Your surroundings is something that you want to do. For me, I don't know whether you know the reference, but she looks like almost like Belle in Beauty and the Beast, where she's like, I want adventure in the great wide somewhere. There's something you feel you're missing in June. Now, this could be because Mercury retrograde is going direct, and everything in May, there's something that you will have learned. And I believe this is actually coming through to fruition in June, when Mercury is finally stationed direct. We do have a few more weeks of shadow phase, but ultimately this is for you understanding the next stage of your life and the next movement of your life, if that makes sense. Because you may need some strength in order to progress. You may need some strength in order to take the chances that you want to take. You may feel very secure with where you are. You know, you may feel very like, this is my home. I don't really want to do anything to upset the apple cart. I don't want to take this risk, or I don't want to take such and such. But there is a deep strength there that it takes to dream. It does take a lot of strength to imagine scenarios that are even better than what you have now. Like, there's an affirmation for joy that I have right in front of me that I've pinned up there. And it says, I am grateful for all the wonderful things I already have in my life, and those that are yet to come. So I think this is just like, yeah, I'm grateful for everything that I've got right now. Even if you don't have a lot, you will still have some things that you're grateful for. Like a roof over your head, the internet to be able to watch this video, the way in which you have, access to things. But it does, again, I think there's going to be a thing of dreaming here, and maybe getting back into some sort of strength and believing that you're capable of something. That's also a key. The belief is also a strength. But also we have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands, I really like this. This is very curious, enthusiastic energy. This is about one of discovery. This is just throwing it up and see what lands, having fun, exploring, messages of joy, messages of creativity. It may be a little, if it was a person, it may be a little younger than you, somebody who has a lot of ideas, somebody who may lack follow through when it comes to those ideas, but it's very enthusiastic. Now, the thing is, what they're trying to tell you here is that they don't want you to take on too much, because that will make your journey harder. So you want to go out, you want to live an adventure, you want to dream. Don't feel like you have to do it, or you're obliged to do it, or you're carrying such a heavy burden, or, the burden is that I've left this security here, and now I'm feeling just so tired, or this journey is going to be long, and but the 10 is almost there. You may feel like this is a burden or responsibility that you didn't want, but in order to get where you want to be, you have to take on this burden. You have to take on the job that you may not want to do, but it's going to give you enough money to save up things so you can then go to the next phase. That sort of thing. You don't want to be tied down. You don't want to be in anything forever. You want to go there. But maybe first, in order to get to the dream that you want to get to, you have to do something boring. You have to do something that may give you a lot more responsibility. You have to do something that just feels like, same stuff, different day, which can be kind of draining to a Gemini mind. But ultimately, I do feel this is very positive for you. And I do see you taking a risk. I do see you feeling joy again, and feeling this sort of the word escapes me now, but just feeling a sort of drive to move forwards and get what you want. But again, they say there might be a burden. They don't want you to be burdened with anything, but there may be a burden that's on the way because you feel like you have to do this in order to get to the next stage. And for some of you, that's true. You do have to do this to get to the next stage. But others, they're warning you not to take on too much. Don't take on too much in order to get there. Or, you know, I must do this because I'll never get there. Don't, because it's kind of counterproductive to the joy and energy that you have and the creativity and the way of thinking that you can bring into the world. Whew. Well, now I've said all that, Gemini, I hope that resonated with you. Do let me know in the comments below if it did. I am on TikTok at Wellington Witch. So do let me know, and if you're over there, and I'll come and say hi. But in the meantime, beloved Geminis, I wish you all the luck in the world. And I'm going on now to Cancerians. Hello, beautiful Cancerians. Let's see what's coming up for you. This is for, hello. This is for Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising. So do check out those other signs. And I've been saying to everybody else as well, if you like what you see here, make sure you subscribe, because even if you get recommendations from other people that you've watched their videos, it's not guaranteed that you're going to see all the adverts, all the videos as soon as they come on, unless you're subscribed. So if you like what you see here, please do consider that. And I'm just going to see. All right, yeah, this feels right. So you, unfortunately, got the Tower. So some of you will be like, yay, finally, stuff's coming to fruition, stuff's coming out. That's what I feel here for some of you Cancerians. Others are like, oh, again? Why do I always have to have a teachable moment? Why? So I don't know why. I want to take this top card. Okay, the wheel. I'm not going to do any reversals in this, but I felt like I needed to shuffle again when the top card was pulled, and this isn't going out of my hand, so weird. Okay, so I've shuffled these in between as well, and you've got two of the same cards as Gemini did. So if you have Gemini in your chart, be aware and maybe watch that as well. You've got some good cards. You have got some cards, and at the bottom it's the Ace of Pentacles. I don't normally look at the bottom for these ones, but I did this time. Okay. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet. I'm just trying to get all the messages, because I am doing a mediumship course. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, okay. So the Tower, 10 of Cups, they came out last on both of those. First and last. That's why I put them two together, because they want to say that even though you may be going through a bit of a moment, that's coming straight through for you. Don't fear the electric bolt that may actually help you achieve the 10 of Cups. I think that's kind of why you're trying to get you need this Tower moment that may not be as destructive as you fear. You know, a lot of people go, oh no, no, it may not actually be that bad. It may not actually be that complicated. What I see here is 10 of Cups coming through with a very positive, very gentle side. So you have to go through the, thunderstorm to get the fresh air, to get the beauty, to get the, feeling of calmness and serenity. So 10 of Cups is also a card that I do associate with Cancerians, because you're very home-based. You value family. You value a lot of your core principles as well. So this is very much a strong card for feeling that family unit, and even if it's not related to you by blood, but feeling that family unit. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is something that happens to us all. We go around and round and round. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. You may have a slight down moment, but you're going to speed right back up to the top, I feel here, because everything is in balance. You see white and you see the dark here. So this is more about having that sort of yin and yang energy, the luck being on your side sometimes, and then sometimes the luck not being that fair. If you have tried to achieve something and it's come back to bite you on the bottom, or it's come back as a negative, there's a reason behind that. Again, teachable moments. You know, you may even want in a promotion and they just turn around and betray you. That could be your Tower moment. But I do feel like in Gemini's reading as well, the Knight of Swords, he looks like he's literally sprinting to catch up with something. Sprinting to catch up with something that's got away from him. Very hasty. Very like, oh crap, I've got to fly like the wind here to get to my ride, you know? Because there's a feeling here of chasing something. I don't know what it is exactly, but it is like it's chasing, and the King of Swords is about that knowledge. It's about that, okay, I understand now. I see things with pinpoint clarity as to why everything happened the way it did. And I did mention him with the Gemini, the owl and the bat are nocturnal. So, and they're also about wisdom of the subconscious. So you may benefit from meditation, going into some kind of subconscious, thing with the lights down low, just to try and access that core memory or access that core download that wants to come through. Then we have the dragonfly, that's transformation. And then we have the crow or the raven, which is all about messages from ether and from spirit. So I do feel that a lot of you are going to get a new beginning because you did have the Ace of Pentacles under here. And I do get the impression that a lot of you have been wanting something for a long time. For some of you, it's children, and I don't know. I don't know where this is coming in, but there's something to do with children for some of you. And I don't want to get too specific, because if I do, I think the main thing is I just don't want to be insensitive to anybody. So there's just something that feels like it's coming through here very positively, very strongly. And I do believe there's a lot of good energy coming in for you. But there may be a little bit of a stumble as Mercury stations to direct after this certain point. But that's by the by, Cancerians. You're going to reach this in June. I really do feel like after some kind of working things out, having that little blip, you're actually going to accomplish something that you've wanted for quite a while. And you'll have the knowledge as to why this happened the way it did, because you wouldn't have achieved a higher status of the Ten of Cups, if that makes sense. Do let me know in the comments below if this did resonate with you. I am on TikTok at Wellington Witch, if you want to join me over there and say hi. But in the meantime, beloveds, I will speak to you very soon. I hope this resonated, and I'm going to go on to Leo. Hello, beloved Leos. Welcome. This is for Leo Sun Moon. Woo, hello. This is for Leo Sun Moon Rising. If you do like the content that you see here, please do subscribe, because chances are, even if you do like the video and you like what you see, you're not guaranteed to see the rest of my videos on your recommended feed on YouTube. The best thing to do to guarantee more videos coming from me and to see when I upload is to subscribe. So let's have a look and see what's coming through. Ooh, for Leo. Okay. So you have the Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords. I do see you gaining a lot of knowledge, but there's something about feeling a little bit of pressure to retain it, or pressure to do something with that. There is a tendency maybe to look at the past and feel like you've lost your youth or lost opportunities. Something that, I don't know, it just seems like there's a looking back too much at something that maybe you missed because you were focused on something else. I do see Spirit helping you overcome this, whatever this is. But let's have a look at more information. Okay, so we have the High Priestess. That's beautiful. We have the Five of Swords. That came up again for somebody else. And we have the Page of Swords for somebody else as well. Now, I shuffle in between every video, and I also shuffle on camera, as you can see. So there's definitely something associated with other signs on here, because I can't remember who it was, but they had like all swords. And you have a fair amount of swords, but you also have the High Priestess. I believe that the cause of some of your angst and anxiety is because you're actually leveling up spiritually. A lot of your knowledge coming through here, a lot of birds imagery as well. I do see that there's a lot of understanding, a lot of where you're going to, kind of like ascension in some way. I do see this as being ascension because you've got all this sort of flowy spiritual energy. So there's definitely something that you can feel energy-wise. You may be an empath, you may be a healer, so you pick up on energies of other people, but there's something that you feel that you've missed. The Nine of Swords, for me, is a little bit of despair, anxiety, maybe something keeping you up at night, and I really hope that wouldn't be the case, because Leos, you're actually beautiful people, you know, and I feel like whatever it's coming through to make you doubt yourself or make you second guess something or distress you, that has to be something that you're going through in order to get to the other side of something here. Because I feel like your spiritual gifts are improving, and unfortunately with every single thing, when you're going through in a spiritual awakening, when you're going through like, oh, this, things will start to not make sense, and other things will start to make too much sense. So you'll go, oh, it's like, for me, I've been told that you know, you may have ADHD, so blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking back at my life going, oh, so that's why I am the way that I am. And that's why this was a struggle. And that's why I couldn't do this. There's a feeling of understanding through spirituality, but there's a feeling of maybe not being as strong as or focused as you want it to be. Page of Wands, sorry, this is Wands, not Swords. Page of Wands is here just to say, look, be free, be curious, be energetic. These two should really go hand in hand with each other, because these are messages of spirit, messages of knowledge, messages of just freedom, spinning your magic however you want it. You know what I mean? Being free, doing what it is you need. But maybe you feel like you're not as tethered. You know what I mean? You're not as tethered to these light bulb moments. You haven't had an idea as to what to do with yourself. Where do you want to go? I don't know. I'm so upset. I don't know where I'm going. But then you have these two that are setting you free. You just need to look at them. You just need to look at the things that are working in your favour to set you free, Leo. There's something so beautiful and expansive and getting into it here that's just like, they want you to be free. They want you to experiment. They want you to just enjoy. They want you to do things like that, you know? And I feel like that's going to be very important for you in June. It's like this feeling of, I feel disconnected from spirituality or how I was using it before. I don't know how to learn it. Maybe there's something that you need to ground yourself. And I do feel like that this card in particular, she's opening the veil. She's opening it. And that you see essence of it here and here. You're being guided by spirit all the time. Sometimes your head's too busy to listen to it. And I really honestly believe that's the main thing, Leo. If ever you feel doubt, confusion, you know, anything like that, ask. Ask spirit, ask the guides. They're there just for your absolute benefit. They're for you. They're your team. You know, they're your team on the other side. If you have any doubts, if you have any worries, close your eyes, look into the mirror, put your hand on your left shoulder, say, look, I really do need some understanding here. I really do need some help. I need some guidance. But then you must make sure that you're open to that guidance in whatever form it comes. For me, the last time I did that, I put my hand on my shoulder and I looked into the mirror. This was years ago. I think this was 2010. And I asked them, just for a simple thing. And then I actually got it in the form of, I think I won something that I've even forgot that I entered. And that was it. I had exactly enough money or enough of something to take the ticket to go down and see somebody. And that, you know, it was just enough. It wasn't the world. But it was a sign that, yes, you should have this opportunity. And yes, you should go down there. So that was really, really nice to have that confirmation. And I do feel you're going to get similar confirmation if you do ask that. And if you don't get confirmation, I think you'll have to have a conversation with them as to why it's not right for you. Because sometimes you ask and you ask and you ask, you don't receive, and it's because you're not asking for the right things. And I think that's just what it comes down to, really. But trust your intuition. That's something that you may have been feeling like you're disconnected from, your intuition. And Leos, if anyone should trust their intuition, it's you. Okay? Trust that gut feeling. Don't go on ego. Don't go based on what looks pretty. Don't go based on what may make you feel better. Just go based on your intuition as to what will improve your life. Okay, so I really hope this resonated with you. Do let me know in the comments below. I am on TikTok at Wellington Witch, so if you see me over there, come say hi. But in the meantime, thank you so much, Leos, and I'm now going to move on to Virgo. Hello, Virgo. This is for you, your sun, moon, rising. Do check out the other aspects of your sign, or your big three. Hello, that's on there. And I just want to say, if you do like what you see here, if you enjoy the content, do consider subscribing, because it's not guaranteed if you don't subscribe that you'll see any content again from me. I know sometimes it just pops up old videos and new videos, but it's not all the time, so just make sure that you're subscribed if you'd like to. Okay, so this card fell out first. Oh, Seven of Pentacles, very nice. Okay, so let's see what's coming through. Oh, Four of Wands, someone else had that too. And then we have the Ten of Wands, someone else had that too. So again, if you see any correlations here between other signs, there may be something there for you in that. Okay. There's a contract coming through here somewhere. Just going to say that. There's a contract coming through. There's something that you want to sign. There's something that you may be considering leaving as well. But I do see a contract coming through. Now, this is not for everybody, obviously, because all Virgos will be different and in different stages of their life. So, but the majority of you, I do see something that you have to sign, something that you have to tick or sign your name. That's very much coming through here as well. So you have the Four of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Hierophant, Justice, and the Four of Swords, as well as the Seven of Pentacles. I love this depiction of the Seven of Pentacles. I really honestly do, because it's about nurturing and it's about that growth and having that faith that what you're putting your investment in is actually going to grow and become something amazing. And for you, I feel this is the perfect month to practice that. We're finally in Mercury direct, so I do feel that there's going to be a lot of positive changes, positive adjustments that are coming in for you as well. There is an element of faith, element of understanding in your abilities, but you may take on too much responsibility. It's something that just feels like you've got a lot of burden and you may be just doing something because you feel obliged to do it, that you feel, oh, well, I have to do it because it's expected of me. What you need to do is kick your heels up. In June, you need to just completely let yourself go and be free. There may also be a spiritual connection coming through here for you as well. This is you maybe wanting to reconnect with some higher power that you have. It may be that you reconnect with an old religion that you followed, or even just dabble back into your own spirituality of meditation or crystals. You might be getting into something different that way, but either way, it's definitely something that's healing, because this is a period of healing. This is something where you feel like you can recover. But I do, again, see justice here. There's something that isn't adding up around you at the moment. So something may not be as it seems, and you may be wanting to get to the bottom of something. In order to do that, you may have to sign something. I see for some reason people signing something. I don't exactly know why that is. So just get that out of the way a little bit. So I don't really understand why this is coming up how it is, but it does feel related to something, getting to the bottom of something, starting something, just progressing really as much as you can. Four of Swords, though, very strong for recovery. So if you have anything that maybe has been playing on your mind a little bit, you have anything that has been taking you off guard slightly, it just feels a little bit like you're building something up here. You're building something up and you need to make sure that you rest appropriately while you do that, because it has been a burden that's been quite heavy on you. It might even have been something to do with the house. You know, maybe you wanted to move house, maybe you wanted to do something up about your house with some home improvements. Either way, I do feel that it's going to be quite important for you to progress and actually do that. And maybe it's having some downloads from spirit that you're actually going to make that happen, but you need to make sure that you're also taking care of yourself and making sure that you rest, because ultimately an unrested Virgo is a grumpy, crabby Virgo, and you're not going to be productive. You're going to just burrow in even more, burrow into the earth even more, and the roots go deep on whatever it is you're starting here or whatever it is you're actually beginning. So with these roots being quite deep there, I do want to reassure you that you are going to grow something very strong, and you are growing something very strong. But ultimately, you have to make sure that you're not overworked, overtired, drained, taken advantage of by other people in this scenario. Try and make sure that you are in balance here, that you are at one. And you see her, she's so peaceful. She's so happy. She's just, I have everything that I need. I'm just, she knows what's right and what's wrong. She knows what's best for her. She knows the truth of the matter. And that's where she's going to improve and expand and go forwards with a better understanding of where she wants to be. And I think this could be, getting a little bit more of a download as to who you want to be, how you want to be, things that are coming to pass, that kind of thing. It's more understanding the direction you're heading, and which is always good. You like being thorough. My Virgos are really good at getting to the heart of the matter, so I would encourage you to continue doing that. And you might find it easier in with Mercury being out of retrograde, should I say, and that's on the 3rd, so we do have it stationed in direct. May still have a few teething problems, not going to lie, because it is what it is, but I do feel like you're going into a better, stronger place. It's just a case of making sure that you're not doing anything still out of feeling obliged to, and that you're taking the rest that you need, Virgos. I do hope this resonated with you. Let me know in the comments below if it did. I would love to hear from you guys, and again, subscribe if you'd like to. I'm also on TikTok at Wellington Witch, so I hope to see you guys over there and here. Take care, and I'm now going to move on to Libra. Hi Libra, I was just shuffling and I just wanted to show you how it ended up. So I think this card's for you, and I think this card wanted to come out, so we'll see what they're about in the end. But let me just have a look-see and see what's going on for you guys here. Libra, Libra, Libra. This is for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising. Do check out all 3 of your majors, please, because it'll give you more of an understanding as to where you're sitting here as well. And if you do want to subscribe, I encourage you to subscribe, because sometimes it happens to me, if I'm not subscribed to someone and I keep getting their recommendations for the channel, sometimes it just stops and I can't find that channel again. So make sure that you are subscribed. Even if you think you already are, sometimes it also takes you off, which I have also experienced with myself. So you have the 2 of Wands, you have the 10 of Cups, you have the Tower. Several people have had the Tower. 5 of Wands, and you also have Strength. So what were these that came out? Strange. Okay. So as you saw, they were at different places in the deck. These came out for Virgo, so if you do have Virgo placements, this is likely for you as well. There's a burden here, but it's not anything that can't be helped by tapping into that spiritual alignment, tapping into what your heart wants and who you want to be, and the 3 words that you want to obey for yourself. For instance, maybe you want to be a wonderfully eccentric housewife. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. You know what I mean? How you want to identify yourself. So the 2 of Wands is about having that idea, but also now you're going into the progress. You're going into the discovery of how that might take place. The spark of the idea is the Ace of Wands, and now you're looking, okay, so how can I work with this idea? How can this idea become something? And I think that's very important, because you are looking into creation here. You've got the 10 of Cups and you have the Tower. You also have the Strength card, so 4 major arcanas. So there is major change coming through, and I feel it's important that you decide what you want to do and how you want to do it, because the 10 of Cups is very much a card of happiness, of completion. You feel in alignment with what it is you're doing. So I feel whatever it is you had an idea for, you need to be in alignment with that, or it needs to be in alignment with how you go about it. Because if not, I do feel you're probably not going to be fulfilled enough. But then we have the Tower. So this will create a Tower moment. As soon as you decide what you want to do, as soon as you decide, look, I'm dedicating myself to this no matter what, that is when you get the Tower moment. It can be scary, it can be difficult, but the Tower that is not there to destroy. The Tower is there to get rid of things that aren't serving you properly. That is what the Tower is there to show you. It's there to say, look at all this stuff that wasn't secure. Look at all this stuff that you had around you that really didn't serve a purpose for your higher good, for this higher good that you wanted to go to. So I do feel that in a way you will have a Tower moment. I feel that you will have something that's like, oh crap, maybe you got a job that isn't really serving you very well, and as you decide, look, I really want to go into this, you maybe get the hours cut slightly so you can afford time-wise to do this. Maybe there's a disruption somewhere that means you have to take a trip, and that trip actually means that you are able to see something in a different way. There's just something here that feels like it's a shift for you. Then we have the Five of Wands. Now this is, everyone's going to have an opinion about how you go about this. Everyone is going to have an opinion about what you do, how you manage it, and it could also indicate a little bit of strife. As you can see here, they're kind of burning down the house. There's got a solid foundation, the Four of Wands. Now these people are coming along to burn it down, and it could be to do with the Tower. You may feel like everyone's against you, everything's changing too fast. You don't like it, and you don't want to do it, and oh god, I can't believe this. Don't worry, you've got the strength, you've got spirit behind you, you've got people behind you. You don't have to worry too much about it. I don't feel that this is going to be nasty. I just feel it's going to be complicated. I feel it's going to be something that is quite difficult for you sometimes to navigate, because it may be overwhelming, but it's not a vicious thing. It's nothing like that. And I do see the Strength card here is very important. It's something that's going to let you have that time to boulder through. And the Ten of Wands and the Hierophant is also there to say, look, don't worry about it too much. You're all right. You don't have to worry. Just become in alignment with what it is you feel you need. You don't have to conform to what other people say. You don't have to identify as part of this tight-knit group just to feel like you belong. Something is about a journey. You're going on a journey to find out who you are as a unique self, as a unique being. And I think whatever shatters your rose-tinted glasses of what it is right now that you have that's not serving you, I think that's going to do you a favour, because sometimes we just have to have the band-aid ripped off and just look at it as it is. And it can be painful, and it's not easy sometimes, but it's better to have that revealed than it is just to go along in ignorance that's actually doing you some harm. So I do hope this helps you, my darling Libras. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated. I'm also over on TikTok at Wellington Witch, so I'd love to see you over there too. But as I say, if you like this reading and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and that will ensure that you get these videos as and when they're uploaded. Alright my lovelies, I'm now going to move on to Scorpio. Hi Scorpio, my sign. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising. So, whoa, hello already. So if you are have another in your big three, do have a look at those. And also I'd encourage you to press subscribe if you haven't already, because sometimes it happens to me too. I'd be looking at somebody's videos, I see them recommended on my homepage, and then suddenly they just vanish and I'm not actually subscribed to the channel and can't find it again. So be sure to do that if you like what you see here and if you enjoy the content I create. Hello. Alright, this is strange. I'm already feeling like this weird vibe with us Scorpios. Okay. There we are. So we have King of Pentacles. He kind of flew out. Then we have King of Swords. We have Five of Wands. That came up for Libra as well. So be sure to take a note of what Libra says if you have that in your chart as well. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Ten of Swords. But it was in reverse. And I haven't really been doing in reverse. But I will make note of that as I read it for you. Do you want me to pull another one? Okay, Page of Pentacles. Right. I don't know why they wanted me to pull another one, but I did. Okay, so you have Death and Rebirth. Okay. They want you to be comfortable. That's the main thing. They want you to have a discipline, have a control. What they want you to do is be happy as well. And I think comfortable and happy can mean the same thing. Comfortable can sometimes be too comfortable. Nothing great comes from being comfortable apart from peace of mind sometimes. But it could be they don't want you to miss out on anything just from kind of staying where you are and just doing a same old routine. Kind of similar to Libra in a way. With this one here, with the Death and Rebirth card, this is a major transformation. Now, it could be that Mercury retrograde actually showed you exactly what you want to be and just kind of redefined your direction in some way. But I do feel the clarity because you have the King of Swords here. Now, you're not the only one who had the King of Swords. King of Swords with the Crow of Messages, Thought and Memory. You have the dragonfly of transformation and things bringing forwards into life. You have the owl of wisdom and the bat, which is the subconscious, because these two are nocturnal. It's all about maybe the things that your mind is processing in the background, and a lot of the times your soul speaks to you through your subconscious because it can't get through during the day. So it may be that you have to do some meditation at night or early in the morning, or even with the lights down a bit low, just trying to kind of process things a little bit with some candles everywhere. And I've just had tickles on my head, which is normally a sign of spirit. But I do feel that there's a lot going on, because there's something here. You may need to burn some bridges in order to get where you need to be, and that's a very scary thought, because sometimes you don't want to cut people off. You don't want to be that person. You know, you don't want to be the one to go, I'm bending all this. But it is for the best. These two are all walking away from something, or walking towards something, should I say. So with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight's about motion and doing something that's, you've got the message and now you're actually moving into action, you know? So this is efficiency. This is routine orientated. This is taking yourself on the journey that you've actually got the kind of notice to do. Moving forwards. Ten of Swords. For me, this card interprets it as recovery. So you may have been through a little bit of a henpecking. You may have been through a little bit of a barb, you know, that's kind of stuck you a while, which is why this rebirth card is here. You're kind of rising from the ashes, as Scorpios do, and it feels a lot like you're actually leaving behind a lot of positives. Like anyone can find you because you're leaving behind so much understanding, experiences, so much knowledge that you've gathered over the last however many months, years that you've been doing through it. But this is recovery. This is, okay, I'm out of the prison. I'm out of this barb, you know, this barbed wire that's been around me, this emotional cage that I felt myself in, and I'm moving on to something much better. I'm moving on to something that feels brighter. Ten of Swords is often about that sort of defeat, or a crisis of confidence, or a loss, or somebody being very nasty to you. But here is a freedom, and again you've got the ravens here, or the crows. It's all about these messages of communication between spirit and between levels and realms, and finding that comfort, maybe in taking your own path, maybe in taking your own adventure somewhere else. And again, the message here, the Page of Pentacles, to lead you here is it's on the way. It's very close. So look out for the messages, look out for the signs. You may have to become the King of Swords a little bit in order to navigate your way, or have the balls to do that, and have the balls to burn those bridges and get rid of the things that no longer serve you. You may have suckered yourself into a trap. Not to say that you're a sucker, but it's like, okay, so I need this in order to do this. It may be distracted. You know, it's something that's distracted you off the path. And you should be this, but instead, you know, you're or whatever. So the rebirth has happened. You're no longer distracted. The rebirth has happened. You're going to get very clear on what it is you want to do. You're then going to burn some bridges, or have to burn some bridges, in order to start the journey that will get you to this place. You will recover. You will be on your own for a little bit of it, but that doesn't mean unsupported. Okay? That doesn't mean nobody's going to help you. That doesn't mean you are isolated. You will have support and you will have strength, but this is your own path that you're going on, and you will get a message that sparks this journey of going into this and becoming this person here. Oh, that was the most cohesive reading I think I've done all day. But I hope this helps you. Do let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you, my darling Scorpios. I'd love to know. I am on TikTok at Wellington Witch. I'd love to see you over there. But in the meantime, my lovelies, do consider subscribing. And I'm now going to go on to Sagittarius. Hey Sagittarius. Okay, so this is Sagittarius Sun, Moon and Rising. So do check out those signs of your big three. Might give some information as to what's coming through. And I also recommend it to everybody, if you like what you see here and you like the content I make sure that you subscribe. Whoa, hello. Because if you don't, sometimes you're not guaranteed to see the rest of my videos on your actual page. Sometimes it happened to me. Creators I love, I forget to subscribe, or I think I'm subscribed and I'm not, and then their videos no longer come up on my page and I forgot what their names are. So Just make sure, if you like what you see, that you can get appraised for my other videos. Alright, so you have a lot of cards, man. You really do. You've got Death and Rebirth, you have the Emperor, you have the Tower, you have the Hierophant, and then these came out. You have Two of Swords and Temperance, a lot of major energy here, and then you have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so this is all about centering yourself. This is about understanding that not everybody is out to get you, but if some people do seem to be quite acidic or abrasive towards you, that is not your problem. The main thing here with the Seven of Wands is that you are very content and have faith in yourself. You understand that this is what you're meant to do. You understand that things may be difficult around you and things may be a little bit hard now and again, okay? And it's about having that faith that you understand your own mind. Typically, you can interpret Seven of Wands as competition, but I like to look at it as perseverance, like you're standing up against whatever adversity you have, and you're centered and you're understanding that the light comes from within you here. This is a very, very strong feeling of, look, I understand who I am and I embrace who I am, and I'm not going to change that for anybody. And that's the vibe that I'm getting here as well, because even though you may have a little bit of a Tower moment in June, the majority of the cards do show that you will have choices and decisions to make that line up with you. This is because you're going through a particular change. Now, if you have a stellium, which is 3 or more planets in one particular sign or house, that is very indicative of this is going to be a focus for you. And I have a stellium in Sagittarius. I don't have any big 3, any of my Sun, Moon, Rising, but I do have 3 planets in Sagittarius. So this is very much something that I need to focus on as well. But there's something about changing and shifting and leveling up into who you need to be. You may not like it. You may not like the fact that you have to do this transformation. Scorpio's more in the mind of transformation. But you are the philosopher, you are the seeker, you are the creator of, like adventure and wanting to go places. So I do feel that there's something in your heart that says you want to explore, you want to try something new in June. I do feel that it's asking you to just balance out the energies that you give, especially with the Temperance card here. Temperance is very much about having that balance of yin and yang, of the water coming in and the water going out. It's the left to receive and the right to give, I think. So it's just that kind of balancing. It's a bit more than the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is about adaptability, with the duality of things and maybe spinning a few plates. But Temperance is making sure that you're giving the energy back to yourself that you're giving out to others. So that's a very important thing. Whatever aligns with you is going to make you happy. But I do feel that you've got the Tower and Death here. Honestly, there's a full line of major arcanas, and this is going to mean that maybe by midsummer, or is it midwinter in the Southern Hemisphere, there's a full-on change happening. It may not be on externally, but it may more likely be within you. It will be within you. And something that feels like you are maybe having a difficult choice. Do I go for this? Do I not? Do I leave it alone? Weigh it up. Weigh it up and see what makes sense, because you don't have to make... Oh! Sorry, I think my cats were fighting there. So yeah, there's a feeling of duality here. There is going to be external factors that may trigger, a little bit of internal change, but I think in June it's definitely a time for you to assess what makes sense and what no longer fits into your life. There could be some people that are kind of making you second guess your decisions. You may go to too many people for approval or for their advice. Everyone has a different opinion on things, so you may go to one person, they tell you this one thing, you go to the second person and they have the entirely opposite opinion. So what's important is understanding where you sit. What's important is understanding where you want to be and who you want to become. So in June, I also see that there's probably, they're talking about having too many people talking to you, but also maybe some studies that you've been looking at doing, or some making the next move. Because I do feel like here with the Emperor, he's got a chess piece. So it could be that you're trying to strategically plan the next move. Not necessarily physical move like to a house, but the next move in how you go about making yourself the best possible version of yourself. So yeah, that's very interesting to me, Sagittarius, because I do see a big change coming through, but I also see a need to be at one with yourself. There's something just feels like you are going to instigate a massive change, but that will only be down to your individual circumstances. I'm not going to put, a thing on anything that I feel here, but you are going to instigate a massive change. And I'm really excited to see what this happens for you. Leave me a comment below if this resonated with you. Please do. I am on TikTok as well, at Wellington Witch, if you'd like to join me over there. But in the meantime, I'm wishing you the very best of luck. Make sure to subscribe if you would like to see more content from me. And I'm now going on to Capricorn. Hello, hello, my gorgeous, gorgeous Capricorns. Let's have a look and see what's going on for you in the month of June. Alright, so this is where your big three is Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. And I'd also like to say, if you have not yet subscribed, or you think you're subscribed, double check that, because it's been happening to me lately, where I see videos from people I've just watched recommended on my channel, on my homepage, YouTube, and then they just go. I don't see them again. So if you'd like to see more content from me, if you like what you see here, do make sure to subscribe. That feels right for you, Capricorn. Does it? Or do I need another one? This is a weird one. Okay. Am I supposed to split the deck? I'm supposed to split the deck. Okay. I can't be reading for two different Capricorns. Okay, let's... This has not happened before. Alright. This tower has come out several times. Now, I don't know what's happening in June astrologically, but I'm feeling that there's a big shake-up coming with the tower. I may actually, because it's come out so many times, it may be global. There may be something here that's global. All right. Page of Pentacles, Hierophant. Okay, so yeah. Now, I've shuffled quite a bit since the last reading, and all these three cards are out for Sagittarius. So do make sure if you have Sagittarius in your chart that you look at these. But these are for two different versions of Capricorns, okay? Now, you can choose which version you are, and this is how it will go if you... This has never happened to me before. This will change. This depends on what you want to do in June, okay? So a lot of you, this is a time for recovery. Don't do any major things. Don't do any major changes, okay? You are needing to relax. You are needing to recuperate. Followed by the Page of Pentacles, I do feel that there will be a message that starts you of a journey. Starts you on a, maybe like this understanding of, okay, so this happened for a reason. Now I can manifest. Now I can understand my new enterprise. And then the Two of Pentacles here is very much about that kind of partnership, adaptability, balance thing, understanding, the movement of where you need to be, not necessarily juggling finances, but juggling a few different tasks and maybe projects. The second type of Capricorn that may be watching this reading, you need to mess stuff up. You need to have a tower moment this month. Now, again, it could be that you're affected by something that's happening globally, or something that's just happening locally that's actually a shake-up as well. But I do feel this is going to set you on the path of enlightenment. You're not going to take it too badly. You're not going to take it too seriously. The Hierophant is about how you believe and what you believe and your conformity and, how do you identify in a group. So it may be that you're changing a group. Something or the dynamics in a group of people are going to change. But the Temperance card here is very much about having that understanding of balance and health. So this, whatever this does, is for the benefit of your health and the benefit of your understanding of yourself and your belief in yourself. That's why I see this here. It's about making a choice to either believe or to just leave it as it is, So this is quite interesting. I haven't really, like I say, I have never really done this before. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so if you are on this side, you would probably have this, I'm moving forwards, I'm dropping nuggets of knowledge as I go, because you're a Capricorn, dropping nuggets of knowledge as I go. I'm having these experiences, but I'm also letting go of the things that no longer serve me, because I've got a bigger picture here. I've got the bigger picture, I've got things. And again, if you're juggling too much, like she may be, you know, because you may still be trying to have a fine balance. Whatever Capricorn side you are, it's still about balance. You are on this movement, this routine developing feeling. It's feeling of security. I think that's what some of you are looking for. Queen of Pentacles on the other side is very much about being down to earth. It could be something to do with property that you're changing, making yourself feel comfortable, making your home feel comfortable. Not going too overboard in this, but definitely this feeling of understanding and joy. And I do get you're just kind of relaxed and essential in your own skin. It's nice to see two earthy cards with both sides for Capricorn, because sometimes you get a raw deal, you know, you get a very kind of, you're too stiff or you're too stuck in the mud, that kind of thing. But what I see here is that you're just comfortable and you're not going to take any prisoners. You know, you're really not going to, you're really not going to take many prisoners, but you're mostly about yourself this month. And I don't see anybody influencing you, which is refreshing, because sometimes too many people, you know, take on board everything that other people say, but I don't see for either side that you're going to do that. You're just going to listen to yourself. And I see this as being external circumstances. So, you know, it's not anything that other people do necessarily, but it's something that feels very much like you're connected to yourself and you're connected to your inner being and you're comfortable with that. You know, as soon as you get into this Hierophant moment and this temperance and you're balancing and you're feeling very contented, this is your down to earth moment. And you are in, on this side, you're in search of this healing and you're in search of this, you know, it's okay to go, and you feel ready to move forwards and develop this path. They are related in a weird way, but I think one is more refined and deliberate than the other, which is more feeling. So two sides of the same coin essentially. But do let me know in the comments below, Capricorn, if this made sense to you. Please do let me know. I really hope that you have a good June. I really do hope so, and whatever this is just works itself out for you. But in the meantime, I'm now going to go over and do Aquarius. Hello lovely Aquarius. This is your June reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. I am saying this to everybody. If you have not subscribed and you like the content that you see here, please do subscribe. It's not guaranteed that you're actually going to see my videos pop up on your feed. I've had that happen to me before, so please do check that you're subscribed. Also, if you're a returning subscriber, you know, if you know what I mean. If you keep seeing my videos, sometimes they do chuck you off the subscription as well, so let's have a look and see. No, I'm going to do this one. Okay, you're very, very driven this month. Wow. Wow. Ah, Aquarius. Aquarius. You have the best reading so far of the whole thing. Honestly. You do. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's because some planets are no longer in Aquarius. I don't know. But you've really, really got some great cards here. My. Okay. This is really nice to see. So, you have the Knight of Swords, you have Six of Wands, the Sun, the Empress, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Pentacles. So nice. I love this. Okay. I'm just going to try and shove these up. I really should organise my desk space for you. Okay, let's have a look. So, Knight of Swords, very, very directed. And it's weird because I was going to say there's something about the spotlight here. There's something about being on stage. Maybe about your voice. Because I was singing and it was like, okay, it's kind of like a fancy stage. And then this comes up. So I should have said it, but I didn't say it. And that's another lesson for me to say when it comes through. Knight of Swords is very much about chasing that dream, chasing that goal. Being very determined, making haste, going for it. Six of Wands, achievement, you know, self-confidence, progress, the Sun, beautiful, the Empress, nature, motherhood, abundance, creativity. Oh my gosh, so many beautiful things coming in for you in June. Now, I don't know exactly how this is going to be or where in your life this is going to be, because you'd need a private reading for that, because it's your own energy. But I do see a lot of downloads, a lot of visualization, a lot of manifestation, blessings that you didn't even see coming, you know, you didn't ask for them and they're coming in and they're going to be in the form, I think of intuition downloads, some things that are just kind of phew, in you, just pew, 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 coming at you from all angles. The Empress is very strong energy, and it just feels like you are more in your emotions than not this month, which is interesting because I know Aquarians sometimes get a little bit of flack for not going into their emotions maybe as much as other people would like. But you do have the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Now these two are mostly about getting down and sticking with your feet on the ground rather than allowing yourself to get sucked up by all this wonderful energy. So despite the wonderful stuff that's coming through, you do need to be grounded, you do need to be practical. You definitely need to be feet on the ground firmly walking forwards. So the Page of Pentacles for me comes across as a message of manifestation and a new enterprise, possibly a new opportunity. There's a feeling that you can balance on something here. There's a feeling that you have the understanding as to what's coming through for you and how you want to be and learning something new. And I also feel like with the Two of Pentacles, it's you letting go a little bit more. It's you kind of learning how to juggle two sides of yourself, learning how to be perhaps a mother at home, but also being the badass business person that you want to be. It's about having that private family life, but also maybe being a public spokesperson or somebody in the public eye. It's that sort of, you have two identities, I think, this month, and you're having to learn how to not marry them together or merge them together, but live with them, and where the boundaries are for each individual side that you have, because I think there's so much going on here externally that's brilliant and wonderful. Maybe it's on the outside and maybe who you are in private that's different. You know, a lot of introverts do that. They mask their introversion. They're like, hey, wonderful, beautiful, ah. And then when they go home, they're like, oh my God, thank God for that. I'm away from people. Kick off their shoes and just hibernate. And Aquarians, you can isolate a little bit. You can feel a little bit like a lone wolf. So that's possibly the case coming up here for you in June. But ultimately, I just see this as a very positive experience and something that you are really going to take on board. You have the opportunity. Maybe this is around midsummer, so maybe around the 21st, 20th of June. There's going to be an opportunity for you to just thrive. But I do feel that you're kind of chasing something a little bit, and you may feel slightly like you're behind, and that's fine. You know, not everybody has to be racing ahead. We're all on different paths. So I just feel that, don't worry, the confidence is coming. The confidence is on its way, and you will be receiving of that. You may get a download that gives you some kind of overwhelming sense of purpose, which I really hope does come for you very, very soon. But it just feels like you have to balance an expectation, maybe from other people, and your own expectations. Again, two different sides that you're having to see how they can work together in harmony rather than battle each other. But I really, really hope this resonated with you, Aquarius. Let me know in the comments below if it did. I am on TikTok at Wellington Witch, so if you want to join me over there, you're absolutely welcome. I post silly things and stuff like that. But yeah, just in general, I really think that this is going to be very, very strong for you in June. And I'm now going to move on to the lovely Pisces. Hello, lovely Pisces. This is your reading for June 2022. Do check out your sun, moon and rising, and also if you like the content that you see here, consider subscribing, because it's not always guaranteed. I've had it happen to me. If you see somebody's video, you really like them, generally they can come back on your homepage, but it's not guaranteed. And so make sure that if you're subscribed, if you would like to be, so you can get my other videos as they come up. Also, if you have any suggestions for true life events and stuff that you want me to read for, do leave them in the comments below. Pisces, this is for you, my darlings. Ace of Wands. Ooh, the World. Okay. Eight of Cups. The World has never come out on a reading since I've been doing shuffling with these cards, you know? Since I've been using this deck. It hasn't come out. Eight of Swords. Okay. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. Lovely. Oh, wow. And we have the High Priestess. Lovely. All right, Pisces, let's have a look. This is about the inner you. Yeah, this is about the inner you. Because you have a bookends sort of thing here. you have a bookends thing, because you will have a spark of inspiration. You will have something that's almost like a download that pings your third eye, your imagination. And because you're very, very psychic and in tune and very probably empathic as well, there could be a sense of you having blocked off from some certain elements of the world. It could be that you just feel like you have kind of put a line under it and you don't want to deal with that stuff over there, so you keep it over there. But this is asking you to incorporate some of that and open the veil between, you know, what you have pulled the curtain down over. Because I do see you progressing this month. I think at the start you may still be under the influence of Mercury retrograde, but by the end of the month I feel like you're much more in tune with who you are, who you want to be. And this is very a spiritual element here, because I just see things as kind of being tough. That you're going to have some self-doubt this month. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. You're making it up. The ties that you see around you, the obligation I have to the family. I must do this for family, or I must do this for work, or I must do... This is you seeing it in your reflection. This is not reality. This is you in the mirrorverse. You may feel constrained. You may feel like you have no choice. You may feel imprisoned. You may feel like you have been isolated or isolate yourself because maybe you had to walk away from something that wasn't happening for you, or you have to make a decision that you don't like and it means leaving something behind, or you feel like you don't want to be ostracized, so you always say yes to people because you don't want to disappoint them. There's something that just feels like you are a little bit less of a yes person this June, but people will probably still try your patience, and you may be triggered a little bit by some people's responses to you, and it may take you back to when you were a little bit weaker, maybe when you were a little bit more soft, because I do think that you've hardened your skin. That's the veil that you've brought down. That's the curtain that you've brought down between you and this other element. But I think that you are going to have to open that. And that can be very scary because it's your protection, you know. But the world is calling here. The world is a brilliant card. Like, I don't know anyone who doesn't love the world as a card. This is accomplishment. This is fulfillment. This is you feeling like you have got to a certain place in your life where you just feel aligned. And I think that's kind of what this download here is going to do for you. Like, you need to go out and you need to become aligned to use maybe your gifts in a certain way. And this will require you leaving something behind. Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that's overdue. You're walking towards the sun here. You're walking towards the sunrise. This is going to be very important for you. But there's a little issue of being tied up. Maybe you feel like you'll disappoint people if you decide to do this thing. Maybe you feel like you'll suffer financially if you do this thing. The main thing that you need to do is embrace the change, because 8 is about change, but 8 is also about having that kind of cycle of having to do something. Maybe this is an opportunity similar to one you turned down before because of the same reasons. Now is the opportunity to do that. Okay, so maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you had a similar thing happen. You chose not to do this because it was going to be quite disappointing for other people. Now you've got the opportunity, or a similar opportunity again. It's time to do it and ignore the fact that you feel this way. Because the 4 of Pentacles, I think you fear not being secure. I think there's a fear of kind of isolation again. Something that's like stability, security, yes, is great, but maybe you're holding on too much to that. Maybe you're holding on too much out of the fear of letting things maybe work in your favor, because there's something about, I don't know, there's something banking on a sure thing. Nothing really is a sure thing. Like, you may say, like, oh, here's a job for 40,000 or however many thousand it is a year, right? Which is a lot in the UK. I don't know what it is in the US. And so you go, oh, yeah, I'll do this one. It's great. It's brilliant. Oh, that's such a good finance. Yeah, great. But you're going into something that you don't particularly want to do. And you're going into it that you just, oh, well, it's money, isn't it? And it's this and that. You need to be aligned with your passions. You need to be aligned with what feels right. Don't do it just because. And I really hope that makes sense to you, my lovely, lovely Pisces. Because you have a lot of influence coming in, you have a lot of downloads due, and I think it's time that you accept the kind of that role that you agreed to play before you came down, and just kind of open yourself up to receiving the influence and the wisdom of others, maybe that you've kind of shied away from in the past. But let me know if this resonated below. I would love to hear from you. Whoops, I just moved that a little bit. But yeah, as I say, let me know if it resonated. I am on TikTok if you'd like to join me over there at Wellington Witch. Lovely to see you over there if you do have that app. But in the meantime, I'm wishing you all the very best. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you guys very soon.